Okay, I'm back. I decided not to make y'all wait very long for that yellow part. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get into this. Colorya Mandalas. And I don't know which way this is going to show up, sideways or up and down, but I'm not too concerned about it because it's an all-over print. Okay? So when we left last, I was telling you that really I should have started with yellow, so for you not to go ahead with your reds and purples and greens anymore until I did the yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and do yellow for you now so that you can keep working over the weekend. Okay? Trying to be nice there. So number 107. Mine is cadmium yellow. That's my light. My medium is, these are so shiny you can't see them, 184 dark Naples ochre. And then number 185, I think. Maybe that's a 3. Anyway, it's light yellow ochre. So these are the colors. So a light yellow, then a, some sort of a yellow ochre, and then almost a brown, but not quite. And I did go ahead and work some of this up so you could see what it would look like. And then I'm going to work in this area right here. Hopefully I've got the light so that my shadow won't be on this. But I went ahead and I'm going to do down in here. And see, I'm having to be careful not to get into that purple. Okay, I don't want to get into that purple and drag it down, but I didn't do red in here yet, so I wouldn't have to stay out of it. Over here I had to go ahead and stay out of it. So anyway, just a personal preference on there. So do these all the way around. Then that's if you're following this. Do, whatever you want. This is just if you want to do what I'm doing. Then move up. This would be red. This one's still blank. This one, I'm doing the middle section. Okay, then I'm skipping these two and we've got green. Doing this, middle section. Then on this one, I'm doing the bottom bit. Okay, leave this top bit open if you're following what I'm doing. Then on these, I did all the tips. Okay, then down on this bottom down here, I did all the tips. So again, I'm having to be careful not to pull that purple down in here. Whoops, and then I skipped that one. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I may come back and pick it up in yellow at the end. So we'll see. Haven't quite figured all this out yet either. We'll get there. So that was my light. Now I'm going to do my medium. Put my finger in there where my medium color goes back to. And I'm going to do the medium through here, getting lighter as I go up. Lighter going up on both sides so that that blends. And I don't even have to come back and blend now. If I needed to come back and blend, I would use the lighter of the two colors to blend with. I'm not real big on using colorless blenders, mainly because they're moving the color around and blending, but they're just moving it around. They're not adding any more color to the page. And I prefer to keep adding color down to get the full brightness or depth of color. And then I left just those little points. Then I'm going to come, see, next is down here. Leave just the very tip. Up here, just the tip. Same thing on this side. Another good pencil that I don't have to go back and blend with is the Marco Renoirs. Now, not the Ruffines. Those are kind of scratchy. And I'm coming down here. But the Renoirs, I find they're very creamy. And they're easy to work with too. And they don't break the bank. So, and before you start posting questions, are they oil or are they wax? All oil pencils have a certain amount of wax in them. And if you contact their company, I have had, between the seller and the manufacturer, I've had one tell me they're oil and one tell me they're wax. So, I don't know. But they are creamy like these are. And these are an oil base. So, go from there. Don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so do your yellow there. And then come down here. And you're going to do just a little bit. Because you're going to go back in those tips. And like I'm seeing now that I didn't get at the very top. So that's okay. I can come back in with my lightest and get those tops a little better. I just have to be careful that I'm not going into that purple. Alright, then I'm going to get my darkest shade. And I'm going to come in and finish up with the yellow. Blend that up. Get just these V's. See how that's a V? That point? Just getting way down in all these points. Getting up there on that bit. Up in these. And then the tips here. It just makes it a little bit more dimensional if you'll go ahead and add those darkest darks in. I could actually come in with brown, with a yellowy brown, and do those again, but I'm really out of room with the pencil. Okay, and then I'd come down here and get these, the very bottom tip. And I'm pushing pretty hard. And still, if you flip this page over, you can't see anything. Well, there's a little bit of an indentation right here. Right there. But that's really all I'm seeing. So, again, this is nice thick paper. I think I'm going to actually try to watercolor one. Yeah, I'm not huge in watercoloring, but I think I'm going to try one. And I would do the same thing with all the rest of these all the way around. I'm just not going to mess with that right now because I want to go to some green. Green that we did not do before. Now this is where I'm going to be confused because I went ahead. This I did not do before, and I decided to go ahead with this one. So these come down here. And then what else? That may be the only thing I added. Did I add these? I might have added these. These little things here. And what I did was left this tip and this tip open. Yeah. And again, it just gives it just a little bit more depth when you come in and do. I'm using the same greens as before. Okay, so this is once again May Green, number 170. And this one is Olive Green Yellowish, 173. So this is like a fresh foliage in paint. And this is like a almost like a foresty green, okay, if that helps any. I know I made those color charts and I sell them on my Etsy, but I don't even keep one in front of me to explain what color would be what. Okay, so just get it down in there and then pull it out however you can And again, if you need to do some blending, this is where you would come back in with the lighter of the two colors. Okay, see, like there, I went ahead and did that for you. I can come in here now and just blend this. Just blend. Do it just like a colorless blender, but use the color that was the lightest of the two that you're trying to blend. This is another thing I did right there. So I'm going to do, I hope I wasn't off the page for that. It was this piece right here. Let me do another one just in case. So I did here. I'm sorry. Hey, if you wanted professional, you'd hire one, right? Yeah, no. I know, on your phone up across the top, there it's got more, I think at the very end of where like my channel and stuff is, and you can click or slide it. Anyway, it does have a space where you can donate. I do not own alcohol markers, so if I had enough people donating or had a company that wanted to send me some, I would love to review them. Yeah, I actually have none. So there's that. And then I was saying you would take the lightest of your two colors and you would blend. You know, this is just keeping it real. That's all. So on this one, that's what I was going to do next. So I decided to come down. And then move to my darker shade and come up. And can you see how I'm doing that? I'm going to see if I have room to actually hold this up some. I'm starting here and then I'm flipping up off the page, up off the page. So, and by coming up off the page, it puts it heavier here and then lighter as I lift. And I'm automatically getting that blend. Just automatically blends. Yeah, you can do that with Crayola too. Even the Crayola pencils, yeah. In fact, I love sitting down and just playing with my Crayola pencils sometimes now. Okay, so what's not done yet? We did that here and here. I'm comparing to see if I've left something out for today. This and this, the purple, the yellow and the green, the yellow. We'd already done that green. Is that red new? I don't think so because I didn't pull my red pencils, so we did that last time. The yellow is new. We had done the red. And then the yellow. We had done the greens. I think I'm caught up. So really, that's all there is for this time, is go ahead and get that done. Get those finished all the way around. And then we're going to add, I think, a blue color. I really do. I think I'm liking the thought of a blue. Maybe a blue that's like the American flag. And then use like a deep, deep blue. Maybe an indigo, I'm not sure. And then I'll do something that's a little bit lighter so we get those 3 shades in there. But anyway, yeah, and all this has to be done yet, and it's teeny tiny. You know what? Let's go ahead with the yellows while we have these. And you can see right here, streaked a little bit of red in there. And then I'm going to dot it. And that picked up all those little loose bits. Okay? That, or make sure you get like a big makeup brush, blush brush from Dollar Tree, and use that to just fan across your page so that you're not swiping it with your hand. Because once you swipe through this, if there's any little loose bits and you're swiping that through the yellow, you're going to get orange on there because yellow and red make orange. So be careful on that. Okay, so let's take this, and if I use blue next, then I can go ahead and use yellow here. Alright, so this is how you're going to see how my mind thinks. I'm going to do all these in yellow. right here. It also shows you there's not always a whole lot of planning that goes into some of my pages. Okay, so there was the light. Now I'm going to the medium one. You know, this is such a small area. I'm going to skip the medium. I know I'm in the basement. I'm going from like the second step down to like the 8th step down. So I'm going to have to be very careful that this will actually blend, because I really should have like 3 colors in there, but there's not always room. So just going to get that up in there a little bit. Yeah, you can't really even tell that much because it's such a tiny little area. And then I'm thinking the areas between these, I don't know that I want a blue all the way down there, but it wouldn't hurt. I'm almost wondering if I want the green so that it looks like the green leaked from here to here. So let's try that. Let's get the homemade sharpener out here. Old pill bottle, but it works good. Alright, so I'm going to do the green, and I'm going to do lighter at this end and then darker at that tip. Okay, so I can get, and I would do that all the way around. Okay, then come in with this, and then after you're done with this, you can go back to video 2 if you haven't done it, and go ahead and do that. But that will finish this entire space. Then I can do this in blue, this in blue, this in blue. We'll need something else here. I may end up with this in yellow. See, just my brain. I'm not real sure. I'll figure it out as I go. So, like you, I have a lot of homework to do. So I'm going to go ahead and plan on finishing this. Now, I do like how this kind of looks like it's folded and goes back up in here. So I am going to do these in yellow. So I'm going to do the brightest yellow, your lightest shade, which is also my brightest. I'm going to go part way down with it. Being careful not to drag red into that. Then my middle shade is going to come in, blend, and I'm not going to sit and do all of these. And then I'm going to get my darkest shade and come up and see how it almost makes it looks like it's flipped over from there. Okay, so go ahead and do all those too. Then we'll come back next time. So you got a lot you can do over the weekend now. Friday evening coming at you. Still on masks and COVID. Hey, I don't know. Maybe a new thing, but not putting on lipstick, and I'm not buying new shoes and purses, so it's all about the masks, I guess. Anyway, enjoy, and I will see y'all in a few days-ish. How's that? All right, bye.